Your mind must be such calm, clear, still water in command. But when life throws a stone upon it, do you allow the ripples to control you? Most people act without thinking anger, fear, frustration. They allow their emotions to dictate their actions. But consider this: real power is not found in reaction, but in response. When you respond, you choose, you think. Before doing, you are in command. Imagine standing in the midst of chaos, unmoved, untouchable. This is the secret. This is the technique. Train your mind, and nothing will bother you. Let me show you how the majority live their lives reacting. Their lives reacting. They allow their feelings to govern them: anger, fear, frustration. Someone insults them, and they erupt. A challenge comes, and they panic. They allow the world outside to govern their inner world. But get it, when you think without acting, you give up your power. You become a puppet of your emotions instead of learning to manage them. Why does it happen? Because people never mind. They condition their bodies. They seek success, but they do not sharpen the one thing that controls everything: their thoughts, without discipline. The mind is like an untamed horse running in every direction. When something occurs, instead of determining how to respond, they let feelings take over. This is weakness. The world will challenge you every day. People will challenge you. Circumstances will tempt you. But losing control accomplishes nothing other than making it worse. Responding out of anger does not improve the situation. Responding out of fear does not eliminate the threat. If you want to be strong, you will need to be able to calm down so that you can think clearly, to make sound decisions. Most people are slaves to their feelings. They do not think. They do not think. They do not pause and consider. They blow up. They break down. They fail. And then they regret it. They say, I should not have said this. I should not have done this. But regret never alters what's been done. It just means that they never were in control. True strength is when you act in the moment with wisdom, not regret later with shame. Look at a fight. The weak fighter reacts to every movement. Without thinking, he swings wildly, wastes energy. And soon, defeated, but the strong fighter watches, calculates, and waits for the right moment. He does not react. He answers. This is how you must live. Don't be a slave to instincts. Don't let feelings drive you into action. Breathe, observe, and then act with precision. One who acts quickly is not strong. Acts quickly is not strong. One possesses the power to stop process and then act with mastery. That is strength. Greatest warriors, greatest thinkers, the greatest leaders all have this in common. They do not waste their energy on reaction. They waste their energy on strategy. They do not let emotions rule them. They let wisdom rule them. They let wisdom rule them. If you want to master yourself, start by observing your reactions. When someone says something that gets you going, do not react right away. When a problem arises, do not leap into panic. Instead, breathe, sense the feeling rise. But don't allow it to get the better of you. Learn to slow down and think and then act. This is the start of true power. The mind which remains still is the mind that is masterful. Most individuals perceive power as from force, as from speed, as from action. Whereas true power is from stillness, from the ability to remain calm. Amidst chaos, when your head is clear, you see things. They are you. Do not act blindly. You do not follow emotions. You choose your response with precision like a master swordsman, waiting for the perfect strike. Stillness does not equate to doing nothing. It equates to being fully aware, fully present, fully in control. Imagine being in the center of a storm. In control, imagine being in the center of a storm. Most people panic, they run, They allow fear to overwhelm them, but the one who remains stationary, who watches, who does not allow the storm to rattle them, that is the one who possesses true power. This is what you power. This is what need to develop in yourself. Most people do things on impulse. They rush, they react, they let their emotions sweep them along like a leaf blown by the wind. But when you stand still, you become like a mountain, unmovable, rooted firm. The world can go around you, but you never move unless you choose to. This is the key to mastery in life. In war, in everything, a quiet mind is a sharp mind. It doesn't waste energy on useless feelings. It doesn't get caught up in distractions. It remains anchored, focused, powerful. When your mind is still, you hear everything. You see everything, and you understand more. Your mind is stand more. Your mind gets clear, your actions become intentional, and your presence becomes powerful. Stillness isn't silence, it's awareness. Stillness gives you the space to see it in order to master it, to proceed with strength rather than uncertainty in battle. Stillness is the difference between victory or defeat, the frantic fighter who dances without control, who responds without thinking he is weak. But the warrior who stays, who waits, who moves only when required, he is dangerous. This holds true for life as well. The one who stays calm in the heat of battle, who does not let emotions fog his head, that is the one who will always win. Quietness is a skill. Not come naturally. You must exercise it every day. Take time to stay silent, to breathe, to settle your mind. Listen to your feelings without letting them overpower you. See the world without rushing to react. The more you remain calm, the stronger your mind. The stronger your mind is. No one, no situation, no challenge can overrule you. Emotions are powerful, but they should never overrule you. Majority of people are overruled by their emotions. They get angry when offended, frustrated, when things do not turn out as expected, and scared when challenged unknown. But I'm sharing this with you. If something can get under your skin, it controls you. If you want real strength, you will need to learn how to disconnect from emotional triggers. You must command yourself. Think of a puppet. Whenever someone pulls on a string, it does. This is how most people live. A single word, a small problem, an unexpected obstacle. They react immediately without consideration. You are not a puppet. You are the master of your mind, and to prove it, you must break away from the things that set you off. When someone insults you, what most people react with anger. But why? The words have no power unless you give them power. If you detach, if you look at words as nothing more than sounds, they cannot touch you. The same applies to fear, frustration, and doubt. They have control over you only if you allow them. The moment you cease reacting, you become untouchable. Detachment is not that you do not feel emotions, it is that you feel them without being controlled by them. When anger arises, you see it, but you do not act on it. When fear appears, you acknowledge it, but you do not let it stop you. You are the observer and not the prisoner of your emotions. This is real mastery. Most people chain their emotions to things that they cannot control. Somebody cuts them off while driving, and they carry around anger all day. Somebody disagrees with them, and they let frustration ruin their focus. But tell me, does responding change the amount of events? Does anger solve the problem amount? Then why exhaust energy instead of letting go? Detach, let go. Remain in control. Detachment makes you powerful. When you no longer react, people lose hold over you. They cannot annoy you. They cannot frighten you. They cannot shake your peace. And when nothing is able to bother you, then you are free. The world whirls around you. But inside, stay peaceful, focused, unstoppable. This is not easy. It takes training every time. You get triggered, pause, don't react, immediately breathe, take. Ask yourself, Is this worth my energy most times? The answer will be no. The more you do it, the stronger you become. And someday you will know you are not a slave to your feelings. You are the master of them. Most people react too fast. Here, something they don't like, and they blow up. They have a problem and they freak out. But tell me, does acting quickly always lead to the right decision? Speed without control is weakness. Power comes when you slow down, when you take a moment to think before you act. A mind that thinks too fast is a mind that makes mistakes. Look at a fighter in the ring. The weak warrior swings wildly, reacting to any movement without thinking. But the master is serene, watching, waiting for the moment to strike him, not hurrying, not wasting energy, him reacting with precision and not emotion. This is how you must live, not hurrying, not reacting, but choosing actions with wisdom. Most problems do not require an instant reaction, but people have trained themselves to react instantly, to react to every insult, to battle over every argument, to react before you think. Before you think, this is why they pay the price. They regret what they have said. They regret what they have done because they never took time to think. Do not fall into this trap. Hold back, breathe. Give yourself space before you act. Anger is the best demonstration of why slow down is powerful. When you react in anger, you say things you don't mean. You do things that you hurt yourself later. But if you pause, if you hold back, you will see the truth. Most things aren't worth your time. Most battles aren't worth fighting. Most reactions just create more problems. Exercise your power by controlling your response. When you break, you are in control. You do not let feelings push you around. Instead, you see the situation naturally. You are aware of your alternatives. You select the response that serves you best. This is the truth control, and not the world telling you, but instead guiding yourself with discretion and forgiveness. Have you noticed how a stream flows? It never rushes about with haphazard urgency. Instead, it moves so smoothly with direction. Shaping the landscape into form, it gradually accepts. This is how your mind must be. Do not allow life to force you into reactions. Flow with wisdom. Think before you adapt. Move with strength, but never desperation. Slowing down is not weakness. It is strategy in war, in arguments, in making decisions. The one who pauses to think always has the upper hand. The one who remains calm, who listens, who observes, will always beat the one who reacts without thinking. If you wish to be in control, you must learn patience. Look at the greatest warriors, the greatest leaders, the greatest minds. Were they reckless? Did they act in haste? In every choice number, they did not hurry. They took their time, they calculated. They acted only when the time was right. This is what makes the masters different from the average. You must learn to do the same. Do not move too fast. Do not speak too soon. Do not act impulsively. Thinking, slowing down, doing nothing, it is making sure that when you do act, it is the right move. It means commanding your feelings, commanding your impulses, and commanding your energy. The ones who react on impulse waste their power. The ones who take a little time become invincible. Your mind needs to become like deep water, calm on the surface, powerful underneath. When something happens, do not react instantly. Let the feelings pass. Let the mind reflect only. Then, when you are composed, should you react. This is how you succeed in life, not by being first to react, but by being the one who reacts with purpose. Practice this daily. When somebody speaks something that irks you, pause. When you feel anger rising up, breathe. When you have a challenge, think. Every time you slow down before acting, you are training your mind, and one day you will discover you no longer act on habit. You act out of mastery. Remember, true strength not lie in the speed with which you act, but in how well you guide your movements. The world will still challenge you. But if you become master of this, if you practice slowing your reactions, you will be a force that nothing and nobody can shake. Be calm, stay alert, and react only when the time is right. Warrior is not just a person who fights with his fists. He fights with his brain, his self-control, his spirit. The warrior's mindset is not merely about combat. It's about the way you live, the way you think, and the way you respond to life's obstacles. Most people live in fear, in uncertainty. But a warrior walks with confidence, with clarity, with determination. This is the mindset you must construct. The warrior does not wait for the perfect time. He acts. He doesn't count on motivation. He relies on discipline. Most people wait for the right time, the right feeling, the right conditions, but the warrior knows that now is always the right moment. He trains, he prepares, he hones his skills day in and day out. Whether he likes it or not, a real warrior commands his emotions. He does not act out of anger, frustration, or fear. He is aware that emotions are weapons, but they do not rule him. When others become desperate, he remains calm. When others break, he maintains the strength of remaining steadfast, the strength of maintaining steadiness. In the midst of turmoil is what separates a warrior from the cowardly. The warrior's mind remains focused and not distracted. He never engages in frivolities, on meaningless brawls, on things that do not lead to his growth. Every step he takes is intentional. Every sentence that leaves his lips is purposeful. This is why warriors are dreaded, because their focus is impenetrable and their vitality is never wasted. A warrior knows pain is part of the process. He does not complain. He does not look for an easy path. He embraces the struggle, because he knows that every test is a chance to become stronger, while others run away from pain. The warrior moves through it in the awareness that each step is making him stronger. Discipline is at the heart of the warrior's state. It is not a question of feeling enthusiastic. It is one of doing the things that need to be done, regardless of mood, regardless of circumstances. The weak waits for the good mood, the good set of circumstances. The warrior does not wait. He takes action work. He does. He sharpens himself each day because he is aware that strength comes through consistency. A warrior does not seek approval. He doesn't care what other people think. He walks his own path, guided by his own values. Most people live for approval, for acceptance, for approval from other people. But a warrior knows that if you walk with the crowd, you will never be free. Walk alone, if you must, but never betray yourself. Fear does not stop a warrior. He feels it, but he does not succumb to it. Fear is natural, but letting it control you is weakness. The warrior feels fear, but he moves forward anyway. He knows that courage is not absence of fear. It is acting despite it every time you move forward, despite fear. Become the stronger warrior does not waste time complaining. He does not point fingers. He does not apologize himself. If there is something wrong, he fixes it. If he fails, he fails. He learns. If he falls up again. Most people spend time complaining the world about what goes wrong in their lives. The warrior holds himself accountable for whatever he does, his way of thinking, and his destiny. The warrior is a student. He does not resist change. He goes along with it like water. If one path is blocked, he seeks another. When life provings him, he becomes flexible and continues. Rigidity is folly, but flexibility is power. The warrior develops. He becomes stronger. He never stays the same. A warrior does not seek comfort. He knows that comfort makes the mind weaker, slows the body, and numbs the spirit. Rather, he is looking for challenges. He challenges himself beyond limits. He lives beyond his comfort zone, where others stay. Where it is secure, the warrior ventures into the unknown, because he knows that is where real growth happens. You have a choice. Live like the common man, reacts, hesitates, waits, or think like a warrior. Prepare your mind. Condition your actions, master your emotions. The moment you adopt the warrior mentality, you are unconquerable. The world can't destroy. Distractions can't destroy you, and no challenge can overpower you. The warrior's mentality is the path to mastery. War with courage. Life is movement. Life is change. Nothing stays the same, and those that refuse to adapt are left behind. A rigid mind is a poor mind. It's a poor mind is powerful. If you wish to prosper, you need to know how to change like water, to move when you must, to change when you must, to evolve with each test. This is the path of mastery. Most people do not want to change. They grasp old habits, old beliefs, old thinking, even though they no longer apply anymore. But tell me, can a tree that will not bend weather a storm? How many it will break? But the tree that sways, that is moved with the wind, that adapts to the storm, it stands. Be such a tree, be yielding. A warrior is never rigid on one course. He sees many paths, he learns from many, and he takes what is useful to him. He is not rigid. He is not bound by one way of thinking. He realizes life is always changing. And in order to be a master of life, he has to change too well. The greatest warriors are not the ones who battle back. They battle back by evolving. Adaptation is not weakness. It is cleverness. A clever man does not waste time grumbling about issues. He seeks solutions. He does not whine about obstacles. He seizes a way past them. Every predicament has a way out, but only those willing to adapt will succeed. This is the reason that adaptability is key to survival on the battlefield. If your enemy is waiting for you to attack them one way, surprise them and do it differently. If they are blocking one path, take another path. This is the way you will have to live. Do not be expected. Do not be set in stone. Be fluid, be imaginative, be open to making changes to your plan. When necessary, the one who adapts is the winner. Most people avoid change. They want things to remain the way they are because it is what is familiar. But safety is an illusion. Nothing remains the same forever. The individuals who become successful in life are those who learn to grow, who learn to obtain new things, who consistently improve themselves. Do not struggle against the future. Prepare for it. Adaptation is the way of the wise. Your greatest strength is not what you already know, but your ability to learn, to grow, to change. A person who thinks they know everything is already lost, but a person who is open, who is willing to learn from every situation will continue to rise. Never stop adapting, never stop learning, never stop better understanding of nature. Only the adaptable survive. The strongest animals are not the strongest, but the most flexible ones who fit into their environment. They evolve, they adapt, they learn new ways of survival. You have to be the same. If one door closes, find another entrance. If one plan doesn't work, create another one. This is the mentality of a true warrior. Adaptation is consciousness. You must look, you must learn, you must be willing to let go of what no longer benefits. Most individuals are hanging on to the old because they do not wish to transform. But fear is the enemy of progress. If that which is holding you back is not contributing to your expansion, let it go. If a mind is holding you in vulnerability, alter it. Be willing to grow. Some individuals are stuck in their own stubbornness. They will not change. They don't want to learn. They don't want to grow. But life is not going to wait for them. Life just keeps on moving, and those who don't change will be left behind. If you want to be strong, you have to be ready to change. Change, you have to be ready to let go of what no longer serves you. A warrior doesn't complain about circumstances, he adjusts to them. If the road is impassable, he takes an alternative route. If the block is too strong, he gears himself up. He does not spend time daydreaming about a different set of circumstances. He sees what lies ahead and is able to succeed. This is the power. Adaptation, being an adaptation master, is being a life master. The world will never remain. The same people will rise and fall. Situations will arise, fall. But if you can adapt, if you can change, if you can flow with the currents of life instead of struggling against them, then nothing will be able to hold you back. Be like water, and you will always find a way forward. Your body gets stronger with training, but so does your mind. Most people acknowledge the value of exercising their muscles, but they neglect the strongest muscle of all, their mind. If you don't train your mind, it will remain weak, unfocused, and easily shattered. But if you treat it like a muscle, if you push it, challenge it, and tune it each day, you will build mental strength that can't be shaken. A weak mind is readily manipulated by fear, doubt, and distraction. It darts from one thought to the next, never focused, never punished. But a robust mind is sharp, consistent, and robust. It penetrates it, thinks deeply, and it does not break under pressure. If you want to be impenetrable, you must work your mind like a warrior works his body. Working the mind is hard, just like weight training. You must push yourself daily, read difficult books, solve problems, think deeply. Do not let your mind become idle. Most people spend their days entertaining themselves, but they never make their minds work. They are weak because they do not practice. Do not be like them. Discipline is the key to mental toughness. If you don't control your thoughts, they control you. If you don't practice your thoughts, distractions will destroy you. The way a fighter practices his reflexes, you must practice your mind daily. Challenge yourself to be more focused, more present, more aware. This is how you build an indestructible mind. Doubt and fear are signs of an untrained mind. When your mind isn't strong, you're not sure, you second guess, you feel powerless. But when your mind is trained, fear no longer dominates. You recognize it, but you don't let it deter you. A strong mind meets fear straight on and moves forward anyway. This is where mastery differs from weakness. As a soldier trains his body, he trains his mind with quiet meditation and contemplation. Stillness is not void. It is power when you quiet the chatter in your mind. You become aware, you become sharp, you become the boss. Most human beings are frightened of silence since they don't want to confront themselves, but you should never be scared of it. You should master it. Mind training is a case of endurance. A soldier trains once and expects to always be strong. He trains every day to practice his skill, to push his boundaries. The same applies to your mind. You cannot train and expect strength. All life, you must challenge yourself daily by discipline, by self-control. Mind is a sword. It needs to be sharpened every day, or it will dull. How do you sharpen your mind? By reading strong words, by testing your thoughts, by training your focus every minute you spend. To build your mind is an investment. Your power, the stronger your mind, the better you control your life. Most people allow others to program their minds. They adopt opinions, copy fashion, and never think. But a mind that is educated is freed. It questions, it thinks it does not go by blind following. If you wish to be strong, you must exercise your mind to think hard, to seek truth, to find your own way of living. Agony and strife are the province of mental exercise. Just as muscles are built by resistance, the mind is built by challenges. When life throws you against the wall, you do not run away, confront it. Every difficulty you overcome makes your mind tougher. Every adversity is an opportunity to train your endurance. A warrior does not avoid conflict. He utilizes it. To build a tough mind is not built in comfort. It is built in discipline, in struggle, in overcoming boundaries. If you never challenge yourself, your mind will always be weak. But if you have the habit of training your mind daily by thinking thoroughly, by tolerating discomfort, by staying disciplined, you will possess a mind which cannot be broken. In the end, your mind is your best weapon. If you train it, you will be prepared for any challenge, any battle, any adversity. But if you neglect it, you will be ruled by the world around you. Condition your mind as a muscle. Make it strong, make it sharp, make it sharp, make it sharp, unbreakable. And when the world challenges you, you will remain firm, because you have already won the battle within. To be untouchable is not to be invincible. It is to master yourself so totally that nothing outside you can break you. Most people are controlled by their feelings, by what others say, by circumstances they cannot control. But you, if you train your mind, if you sharpen your discipline, if you overcome your feelings, will be in a position where nothing rocks your peace. This is what it is to be untouchable. Others will offend you. They will question you. They will try to bring you down in their chaos, but an untouchable mind does not react. It does not look for approval. It doesn't waste energy on futile battles. It remains steady, unfazed, focused. When you no longer need approval, when you no longer get pulled in by negativity, you are free, and freedom is the most powerful. Slaves to their environment, they are okay when things work, but collapse when things don't go right. But tell me, what kind of power is real strength? Is when nothing external can move you, whether you win or lose, whether men commend or censure you, whether days are bright or dark. You don't get moved, unshaken, untouchable to become untouchable. You have to stop responding. Most people respond immediately to everything they receive, angered. They become hurt. They become diverted. But the warrior pays attention. He doesn't act by instinct. He makes a choice at how he acts. This is to know the difference between being controlled and being in charge. If you would like to become unmovable master, your responses, there will be distractions, temptations, things that seek to pull you off your path. The weak pursue them. They get distracted. They exhaust their energy. But the untouchable mind stays on course. It doesn't matter what's happening around you. If you know why you're here, if you know where you're going, nothing can lead you away from it. Pain is inevitable. Difficulties, certain life will not be fair at times. If your head is strong, if you have trained yourself to endure, nothing will break you. The difference between the weak and the strong is simple. The weak allow pain to overcome them, and the strong allow it to be the fuel that drives them. Be the one who learns from challenges, not the one who fails due to them. The world will test you with chaos. People will test you with chaos, with drama. Your own mind will test you with doubt. But the one who is unbreakable is not caught up in these traps. He stands above all else. He walks among flames, undaunted by the flames. This is not arrogance. This is mastery. This is command over self. Most individuals are mastered by fear. Fear of failure, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of being alone. But fear only has control. If you allow it, control. The untouchable mind does not run from fear. It sees fear, it understands it, and then moves on anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the refusal not to be ruled by fear. If you wish to be untouchable, must eradicate weakness of mind, weakness of habits, weakness of discipline on a daily basis. Ask yourself, what is keeping me back? And remove it. If it is self-doubt, destroy it with action. If it is distraction, eliminate it with concentration. If it is fear, conquer it with bravery. You are making your mind stronger or allowing it to become weak. An untouchable man never wastes his time. Quarrel with fools. He does not seek revenge. He does not explain himself to people who do not count his actions. Speak louder than words, his discipline. Streaks of his strength. His presence demands respect. When you are truly strong, you don't need to prove it. Your life will do it. For you, imagine a rock. In the middle of a torrent of river, the water pounds against it, the wind howls, but the rock remains. This is how you must be. The world will attempt to push you, to break you, to test you. But if your foundation is strong, if your mind is trained, if your aim is set, nothing will distract you. You will remain stable, untouchable. The goal is not to control the world. It is to control yourself. When you master your emotions, your response, your mind, you become untouchable. No abuse can touch you. No defeat can break you. No barrier can stop you. This is the highest point of power, not physical, yet mental, emotional, and spiritual. Prepare for it. Live it, become it. And nothing within this world shall ever disturb you again. Command your mind, and you command your life. The weak react. They allow anger, fear, and doubt to guide them, but the strong respond with clarity, with purpose, with mastery. This is the distinction between those who are controlled and those who control every moment. You possess a choice. Will you be a slave to your emotions, or will you rise above them? Train your mind to be stable, like water flowing, conforming, never disturbed. When you master this, nothing can break you. Now go put this wisdom into practice, sharpen your discipline, and walk your path with unshakable strength.